Hey there, fellow student. Ever feel like you're constantly juggling 1,000 flaming torches trying desperately not to drop any? You know the drill. Textbooks piled high, deadlines looming like dark clouds, a social life that feels like it's always just out of reach, and that ever-present whisper of, I should be doing more. Maybe you're cramming until 3 a.m., fueled by lukewarm coffee and pure panic, only to wake up feeling exhausted and already behind. Or perhaps you're staring blankly at your to-do list, not even knowing where to begin, watching precious hours slip away while you scroll through social media, telling yourself you'll start in 5 more minutes. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are absolutely not alone. For years, I was right there with you, feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and convinced that maximum productivity was some mythical beast only tamed by superhuman achievers. But then, something clicked. I discovered a way to plan my week, not just to get things done, but to reclaim my time, my sanity, and even my joy. And today, I want to share that secret with you. This isn't about becoming a robot or sacrificing your social life, or even about always getting perfect grades, although those often come as a happy side effect. This is about building a system, a mindset that empowers you to be in control of your week instead of your week controlling you. It's about transforming that chaotic juggle into a well-orchestrated dance where you know exactly what move comes next, and you even have time for an encore. Ready to ditch the stress and embrace a calmer, more productive student life? Let's dive in. So, why plan? It might seem like just another thing to add to your already overflowing plate, right? But think of it like this. Trying to build a complex Lego set without the instructions. You've got all the pieces, all the potential, but without a guide, it's just a pile of plastic and you're probably going to end up frustrated with half-built structures that keep falling apart. A good weekly plan is your instruction manual. It's the roadmap that takes you from a scattered collection of tasks to a clear, achievable path. It's not about rigidity, it's about clarity. It's about making conscious choices about how you spend your most valuable, non-renewable resource, your time. When you plan effectively, you're not just scheduling tasks. You're scheduling success, peace of mind, and even moments of genuine relaxation. You're giving your brain permission to stop worrying about what you might be forgetting because you've already captured it. Our journey to maximum productivity starts on the Sunday. I call this the Sunday reset, and it's the absolute bedrock of a productive week. Imagine your brain as a really messy junk drawer. You know, the one with old batteries, random keys, tangled cords, and a few paper clips. That's what our minds often become after a week of classes, assignments, social commitments, and random thoughts. We're trying to find that one specific thing, but it's buried under a mountain of clutter. The Sunday reset is about emptying that drawer and organizing it. The very first step in this reset is something I affectionately call matcha, the brain dump. Grab a notebook, a blank piece of paper, or open a digital note-taking app, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And for about 15 to 20 minutes, just write down everything that's floating around in your head, and I mean everything. This isn't a to-do list yet, it's a thought list. Write down that essay due on Friday, the grocery shopping you need to do, the friend you promised to call, the gym session you want to squeeze in, that nagging feeling you have about a project, the email you need to send, even remember to buy milk. Don't filter, don't judge, just get it all out. Think of it as hitting the clear cache button for your brain. This simple act is incredibly powerful. It takes all those swirling anxieties and nebulous worries, gives them a concrete form, and gets them out of your head, freeing up valuable mental RAM. You'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel afterwards. Once your brain is a little clearer, the next step in our Sunday reset is to review the past week. This is like a post-game analysis for your life. Look back at your previous week's plan, if you had one, even a mental one, and ask yourself a few honest questions. What went well? What did I accomplish? Where did I get stuck? Why did I get stuck? Did I overschedule myself? Did I procrastinate on anything specific? What unexpected things popped up? This isn't about self-criticism, it's about learning and refining your system. If you consistently underestimate how long an assignment takes, or always find yourself skipping your planned study blocks, this review helps you identify those patterns so you can adjust for the coming week. It's all about continuous improvement, not about being perfect from day one. Finally, still on Sunday, we need to look ahead, the big picture. This is where we bring in the actual raw data for the upcoming week. Open your academic calendar, your university portal, your personal digital calendar, whatever holds your commitments. Jot down all your fixed appointments, classes, labs, meetings, part-time work shifts, club activities. Then, crucially, look at all your academic deadlines for the next 7 to 10 days. When are those quizzes, essays, presentations, or readings due? Are there any social events you've committed to, like a friend's birthday or a family dinner? Sync everything up. This helps you see the whole landscape of your week, identifying potential crunch times before they ambush you. This initial scan is vital because it provides the boundaries within which you'll construct your plan. With our brain dumped, our past reviewed, and our future mapped out, we transition from the Sunday reset to the weekly blueprint strategic allocation. This is where we turn that messy list and those scattered appointments into a coherent, actionable plan. Imagine you're building a house. You wouldn't just start nailing planks together randomly. You'd have a blueprint, right? A plan that dictates where the walls go, where the plumbing is, how big the rooms are. Your weekly plan is that blueprint. The very first thing we need to do in building this blueprint is identify your priorities, or as I like to call them, the big rocks. There's a famous analogy about filling a jar. If you put sand in first, then pebbles, then rocks, you won't fit all the rocks. But if you put the big rocks in first, then the pebbles, then the sand, everything fits. Your big rocks are the absolutely essential, non-negotiable tasks that must get done this week. These usually fall into a few categories. 1. Academic big rocks, the major assignments, exam studying, essential readings that move you forward significantly. 2. Personal big rocks. Self-care items like exercise, getting enough sleep, yes, literally schedule it. Cooking healthy meals. 3. Life admin. Big rocks. Paying bills, important appointments, work shifts. From your brain dump and your look ahead, pick out 3 to 5 major big rocks for the entire week. Write them down clearly. These are your anchors. If nothing else gets done, these must. By identifying them first, you ensure they don't get lost in the shuffle of smaller, less important tasks. Now, with our big rocks identified, it's time for time blocking the puzzle pieces. This is where we actually carve out specific times in your week for specific tasks. I know it might sound rigid, but think of it more like setting appointments with yourself. If you wouldn't skip a doctor's appointment, why would you skip a scheduled study session? Start with fixed appointments. Plop all your classes, labs, meetings, and work shifts onto your calendar first. These are your immovable pillars. Next, slot in your big rocks. Look at those 3 to 5 priorities you identified. When will you work on that essay? When will you do your dedicated study for that exam? Break these big rocks into smaller, manageable chunks if necessary. For example, work on essay might become essay research, 2 hours, on Monday. Essay outline, 1.5 hours, on Tuesday. And essay draft, 3 hours, on Wednesday. Allocate study blocks. Beyond the big rocks, you'll have general studying, readings, and homework. Schedule dedicated, focused study blocks. And here's a pro tip. Don't just write study, be specific. Study for biology midterm, chapter 1 to 3, or complete calculus problem, set 5. This specificity dramatically increases the likelihood you'll actually do it. I find that working in focused bursts, like 45 to 60 minutes, followed by a 10 to 15 minute break, works wonders for concentration. It's like interval training for your brain. Crucially, schedule breaks and self-care. This is not optional. This is part of your productivity strategy. Think of it like sharpening the saw. A dull saw takes longer and works less efficiently. Schedule your workout, your lunch break, time to call a friend, even just 30 minutes to read for pleasure or watch an episode of your favorite show. These aren't distractions. They're investments in your well-being, which directly impacts your ability to focus and perform when it's time to work. Neglecting self-care is a surefire way to burn out. Don't forget social and personal time. Explicitly schedule time for friends, family, hobbies, or simply doing nothing. This is vital for mental health and preventing that feeling of being constantly overwhelmed. If it's on the schedule, you're less likely to feel guilty about enjoying it. Build in buffer time and flexibility. Life happens. Assignments take longer than expected, friends pop up with spontaneous plans, you might just have an off day. Don't pack your schedule so tightly that there's no room to breathe. Leave some open slots or build in catch-up blocks. Think of them as shock absorbers for your week. Your plan is a guide, not a dictator. If something goes off course, don't throw the whole plan out. Just adjust. Once you've got your blueprint laid out, it's not enough to just leave it there. We need to move into daily execution and adjustment, the navigator. Every morning, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to become the navigator of your own day. The most powerful thing you can do each morning is a quick daily check-in. Before you dive into emails or social media, take 5 to 10 minutes to look at your plan for today. What are your top 2 to 3 most important tasks for this specific day? What classes do you have? Are there any meetings? This brief moment of review helps you align yourself with your intentions. It's like checking your GPS before starting a road trip. You confirm your destination and the first few turns. This practice also helps combat decision fatigue. Instead of waking up and wondering, what should I do first? You already know. Throughout the day, prioritization within the day is key. Even with a weekly plan, things shift. If you have 5 tasks planned for the day, but only truly manage 3, make sure those 3 were the most important ones. This ties back to the big rocks concept. Always tackle your most important or most challenging task during your peak energy hours. For some, that's first thing in the morning. For others, it might be late afternoon. Learn your own energy cycles and leverage them. Dealing with distractions is an ongoing battle, but a plan gives you a weapon. When you're in a scheduled study block, you know exactly what you should be doing. This makes it easier to tell your brain, nope, not now. Social media time is scheduled for later. Simple strategies like putting your phone in another room, using website blockers, or working in a dedicated quiet space can make a huge difference. Remember, every time you get distracted, it takes about 20 minutes to fully regain your focus. Protect those precious attention units. Learn the power of no. As students, we often feel immense pressure to say yes to every opportunity, every social invitation, every request for help. But every yes to something you don't truly have time for is a no to something you do need to do. Whether that's studying, resting, or just having some quiet time. Your schedule is your boundary. When someone asks you to do something, you can genuinely say, "Let me check my schedule," and then respond based on your priorities. It's not selfish, it's self-preservation. Finally, at the end of each day, or at least midweek, take a few minutes to review and reflect on how things went. What did you accomplish? What did you struggle with? Did you stick to your plan? If not, why? And critically, what adjustments do you need to make for tomorrow or for the rest of the week? This iterative process is how your planning system gets better and better. It's a feedback loop that helps you fine-tune your approach, making it truly yours. Don't be afraid to scratch things out, move tasks around, or even rewrite parts of your plan. It's a living document designed to serve you. Beyond the mechanics of planning, there are some key principles and mindset shifts that truly make this system sing. First, consistency over perfection. Your first few weeks of planning won't be perfect, and that's okay. You'll miss things, overestimate, underestimate. The goal isn't to flawlessly execute every single item on your plan every single day. The goal is to consistently engage with the planning process, to keep showing up, reviewing, and adjusting. It's a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. Second, self-compassion. Don't beat yourself up when things don't go according to plan. Life is unpredictable. Instead of spiraling into guilt or frustration, simply acknowledge what happened, learn from it, and gently reroute. Remember, the plan is there to serve you, not the other way around. Be your own best friend, not your harshest critic. Third, experimentation. What works for one person might not work for another. Try different planning tools, digital calendars, physical planners, bullet journals. Experiment with different time blocking durations. Discover your peak productivity hours. This whole process is a giant experiment to find your optimal flow. Don't be afraid to tweak and customize until it feels right for you. Fourth, ditch the myth of multitasking. Our brains are not designed to do multiple complex tasks simultaneously. What we call multitasking is actually task switching, and it's incredibly inefficient. When you're planning, allocate specific blocks for single tasks. Study biology means only study biology, not study biology while checking Instagram and watching a YouTube video. You'll get more done and you'll do it better. Fifth, understand energy management. You don't have infinite energy and it fluctuates throughout the day. When are you most alert, most focused? Schedule your most demanding tasks for those times. When are you feeling a bit sluggish? That's a great time for administrative tasks, lighter readings, or taking a planned break. Listen to your body and your mind. And finally, remember how this weekly planning contributes to your long-term goals. Each successful week isn't just about getting through the next 7 days. It's a stepping stone towards your bigger academic and personal aspirations. Every essay submitted, every exam studied for, every healthy meal cooked, every workout completed, these are all tiny victories that build momentum towards your ultimate vision. Weekly planning connects the daily grind to the grander scheme, giving your efforts meaning and direction. So there you have it, my complete roadmap for planning your week for maximum productivity as a student. It starts with that crucial Sunday reset, dumping your brain, reviewing the past, and looking ahead. Then, you build your weekly blueprint by identifying your big rocks, time blocking everything from study sessions to self-care, and building in flexibility. And finally, you become the daily navigator, checking in, prioritizing, fending off distractions, and consistently reflecting and adjusting. This isn't magic, and it won't solve every problem, but it is a powerful tool, a system that transforms chaos into calm, stress into control. It's about being proactive instead of reactive. It's about intentionally designing your life instead of letting it just happen to you. When you implement these strategies, you'll find yourself with less anxiety, better grades, and surprisingly, more free time than you ever thought possible. You'll stop feeling like you're constantly behind and start feeling like you're truly leading your week. So, what are you waiting for? Take control. Try it this Sunday. Your future, calmer, more productive self will thank you for it. You've got this.